Hey guys, LeDoux.com, and of course the House of Biceps. Come on. Good. Yeah. Yes. Come on, get some action. Come on. Come on, go. Yes. Good, come on. Easy. Come on. Here goes. Come on. 4, 5, yes, come on. Nice. Alright guys, I am here at the House of Biceps. I had a very interesting question that came in a couple weeks ago. Someone asked me, it said, Clint, who do you ask for help? This is a really interesting question. I think a lot of people assume that because I've been competing in strongman 17, 18 years, and I've been lifting weights 25 years, maybe more, and I've been really intense about it, and I've gone a long way. I've made lots of progress. I've lost it all. I've built it again, got sick, lost it all, and continue to build it again. That says a whole lot about my knowledge. And I think a lot of people think that when you're at that level of knowledge, you stop asking questions and you just start doing. And there is some validity to doing that. There does come a point in time in which you have to stop asking questions and you have to actually go out and do stuff. That said, I ask questions all the time. All the guys that I train with, they all have backgrounds in different areas. Psychology, psychiatry, nutrition, other sports, physical therapy. There's information that I can pull from all these guys. So I ask them questions all the time. And even if I get an answer from them that is, I know it's wrong. From 20-something years of experience, I know that the advice they're giving me is wrong. But if they give me 10 pieces of advice, there's at least one golden nugget hidden in there somewhere. And among everything else that they might tell me that absolutely does not work right now, if I hold on to it and retain it, there may come a time in the future where it not only works for me, but it works for someone else that I'm working with. Or maybe it's just a way of putting something that someone else might understand. Maybe someone else 20 years younger than me could relate to. But beyond all the guys here in the gym, I do ask a lot of people questions. I tend to only ask questions from people that I trust. I tend to only ask questions from people that understand me. And that is a very short list. Among the people that have coached me, written programs for me, that's a very short list. Dave Tate wrote my box squat routine. I had gone from what I was doing into 5-3-1, and I was making big progress. And then I asked Dave Tate to write several programs for me, and I think he wrote basically a program that could last 6 months and could rotate over into a year. That really helped skyrocket my box squats and got me where I needed to be able to hit 951, 953, 957 that I box squatted. Straps down, no knee wraps. Matt LeDoux has written a lot of programming for me, especially on bench press. He's given me a ton of ideas on deadlift, stuff that I can relate to, and he knows how to manipulate those so that they fit me mentally and physically. We do have a lot of physical attributes that are similar. We are both athletic, very long-limbed, even though he pulls crazy sumo and I pull awesome conventional. He has outpulled me in a competition at a much less body weight, I must say. But his ideas are always genuine, they're always amazing, and he pulls them from experience, and he pulls them from questions that he's asked other people. And once again, he understands me, just as Dave Tate understands me and the psychoness of what fuels me in the gym. Luca Harris, Harry, depending on what country he's in and how everyone wants to pronounce his name. He has written a lot of weightlifting programs for me, especially, let's say, the last 6 weeks leading up to weightlifting nationals, where my first contest I qualified for Pan Ams and Worlds in my first competition ever. IWF, legitimate competition, did it. And he wrote basically everything, at least the last 4 weeks, if not the last 6 weeks. And he was so intelligent that he wrote guides, because he knows that, you know, being an older athlete, I need guides when I go to the gym. Rough ideas, and these are goals. And he knew that I would pretty much kill myself to hit those goals, and he was very flexible with everything. Once again, someone with a ton of experience who asked a ton of questions from other people and understands me as a person. What I probably get absolutely thrown off with, I go to Starting Strongman on Facebook, and people will ask a question about training. And all of these people that I've never heard of in my life will give amazing answers that I look at and think, where did you come up with this? And then Brian Bendele, whom I've known for, 10 years now? I don't know, Brian, you tell me. We used to talk back and forth through email, and I promise I won't share any of those. Well, I sort of promise, because I've already shared a couple of those in some old private videos that I made that have been deleted since then. Some humorous videos. But Brian Bendele, freaking World's Strongest Man athlete, gives a piece of advice and everyone blows it off. Like, he's done nothing for the last 10, 12 years of strongman. Like, he hasn't gone from a basic amateur to World's Strongest Man. And nobody wants to listen to him and what he's done to get there. This is a guy that's been digging in the trenches to get there. He didn't just magically pop up and was there. He's been digging to... Now, what did he do to get there? Maybe he's the guy you need to listen to. Listen to the people with experience. If people have less than 5 years now, 5 years competing in the sport, don't listen to them. They don't know. I don't care if they made it to World's Strongest Man or World's Strongest Woman, their first year in the sport. They don't know. They think they do, but they don't. They've got tons of talent and they're working really hard, but they don't have the knowledge and the experience. You know who I used to ask questions of? I don't even really get along with her. Dionne Wessels. Dionne Masters. Dionne Masters now. Congratulations on your wedding, Dionne. She and I have always never seen eye to eye, but she has always stood up for me when I needed her, and I've always stood up for her when she needed me. That's just the way. She is consistently Dionne. That's the best way to put it. Consistently Dionne. And I remember having issues on log press. And I still got issues on log press. Still do. But I was having issues on log press and it just wasn't going where I thought it wanted to go, where I thought I wanted to go. And I remember emailing Dionne thinking, what the heck, at least I'll just be nice and ask her, do you have any advice for me on what I can do to build my log press? She had tons of advice. All of this stuff that I wasn't doing, basic stuff that just flat out, I was trying all this fancy stuff. Are you doing your 3-way shoulder laterals? I am now, that's for sure. Guess what? My overhead press went up. She knew about me. She knew my training. Imagine how many athletes she has seen over the last 20 years in strongman. How many athletes she's worked with. How many conversations she's had at dinner with people about training, about what has and what has not worked. And people forget she was a national champion in strongman. She was a national champion, maybe a world champion in drug-free, drug-tested powerlifting. She's got knowledge. Just because she doesn't compete anymore doesn't mean she hasn't seen as much or more than anybody else in the country or possibly the planet. Worlds of knowledge. So my advice to you is stop taking advice from people with less than 5 years of experience in the sport. Find people who have tons and tons of experience, and find people who understand you. That's the key to knowing who to ask for advice. Thanks, guys.